Welcome students. Today we have a lesson on poem. Today I'm going to teach you the poem. It was written by Robert Frost. The poem title is Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. So it was written by Robert Frost. So before starting the poem, I would like to tell about Robert Frost. And he was an American poet and he was written this poem in 1922 and published in 1923. As a part of his collection New Hampshire, this poem is told from the perspective of a traveler who stops to watch the snowfall in the forest, and in doing so reflects on both nature and society. So let's get started and come to the poem. Frost claimed to have written the poem in one sitting. Though this is likely apocryphal, it would have been particularly impressive due to the poem's formal skill. It is written in perfect iambic tetrameter and utilizes a tight knit chain rhyme characteristics to a form called rubaiyat stanzas. And now I read the lyrics of the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness He gives his honors bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. So he ends with the repetition of the last two lines. So now I explain you for the line by line. Whose woods these are, I think I know. So in this line, the speaker talks about, the speaker thinks about who owns the woods that he or she is passing through and is fairly sure of knowing the landowner. So next line, his house is in the village though. However, the owner's home is far away in the village. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow, and thus he is physically incapable of seeing the speaker pass to watch the snowfall in the forest. So, see the next stanza. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. The speaker thinks his or Her horse must find it strange to stop so far from any signs of civilization. So, next line. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Indeed, they are surrounded only by the forest and a frozen lake on the longest night of the year. So, come to the next stanza. He gives his harness bells a shake. So, in this stanza, the horse shakes the bells on its harness to ask if there is some mistake, as if asking if the speaker has made a mistake by stopping. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The horse shakes the bells on its harness as if asking if the speaker has made a mistake by stopping. And next line, the only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The only other sound beside the ringing of these bells is that of the wind and falling snowflakes, which the speaker likens to the feathers of goose down. So see the next line. These woods are lovely, dark and deep. The speaker in the stanza, the speaker finds the woods very alluring, drawn both to their darkness and how vast and all encompassing they seem. And the poet tells, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So, in the last line, the point, however, the speaker has obligations to fulfill elsewhere. Thus, though he or she would like to stay and rest, the speaker knows there are many more miles to go before that will be possible. So now he's ready to go, but he's telling the line and leaving from that place. But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. So last two lines are giving us repetitions here because the speaker has obligations to fulfill elsewhere. Thank you.